think I need to make a note of how many times I actually say the lead character's name and name of the movie. Knowing my repetitive ass, it'll probably be more than the 5 that I'm supposed to, and this might be my last video, through no fault of my own. We'll see. Hi, everyone. It's me, Grant, the movie and TV guy. Hello. And I have a review for a movie and also a little side story, which I'll get to later. But first off, let's talk about a movie. And a movie that has gotten some anticipation, definitely from my audience. It was relatively packed. I saw it tonight. It officially opens tomorrow in theaters everywhere. It's doing Thursday night previews tonight. I just got back from one, and that is Candyman. That's one. I get 4 more. Candyman is directed by Nia DaCosta, who previously did like an indie film. I've not seen it. I kind of want to, though. Now, her next movie, however, is The Marvels, which is interesting because that's going to have Tiana Paris as, of course, Monica Rambeau from WandaVision. Tiana Paris is also in this film. So what's the film about? It's the 4th installment in the franchise of this, and it's kind of like a sequel, a soft reboot of the original film of the same name from 1992. And it's co-written by Jordan Peele, this one, and it, basically, it kind of does the Halloween 2018 thing where it kind of ignores this other sequels and it directs from the first one for the most part. There's maybe elements of the other two, can't really remember, honestly, because they weren't nearly as good as the first one. But basically, it tells the story of, if you remember in that film, and spoilers for the first film in this series, if you have not, in that film, Vanessa Williams' character, who comes back in this film as her character from the first film, had an infant son named Anthony. And when the events involving the Candyman, played by Tony Todd, went down, he was an infant, he was almost put in danger, but he was rescued by Helen Lyle at the expense of her own life. She was played by Virginia Madsen, and she may or may not have a vocal cameo in this. And basically, that was, though, in 1982. We jump ahead nearly 30 years later, back to the small housing project from Chicago. I think it's Kamini Green, I think it's called, from the first movie. And basically, Anthony is now an artist. He's dating or maybe married to Tiana Paris. And one night, while having, dinner and wine with Tiana Paris' character's brother and his new boyfriend, he decides to tell us the story of Helen Lyle, and that sends Anthony, whose art always has a little bit of the macabre in it, down a really dark rabbit hole that will eventually lead him to come face first with his destiny, involving a certain legend known only as the Candyman. Okay, first off, right off the bat, this film is getting a lot of buzz. I already said it 4 times, so one more, which will probably be the kicker, because I'm going to have to, score this guy. But basically, how do I start this? I'll tell you this. Candyman's great. Oh crap, that was the 5th time. Okay. No one got me. Okay. So, yeah, this movie's great. And Nia DaCosta, this is being my introductor. Right off the bat, her filmmaking is just like, I want to see everything this director does. And I found she's, like, kind of not that much older than I am. But, like, right off the bat, the opening logos, which I believe are, like, Universal, MGM, and then, of course, Jordan Peele's company, are backwards. Like, in a mirror, and then they're playing the song, The Candyman Can, by, not the one from Willy Wonka, but the later one by a guy from the Rat Pack, Sammy Davis Jr. Okay. They play it, and it slowly slows down. And then it becomes high-pitched, and it gets louder. And you're already in a thing. There are shots in this movie that are amazing, involving mirrors in particular, which is, of course, this killer's, weapon du jour, and the use of invisibility for the people who are off the mirror. Like, there's a scene of a kill that takes place, and also this, like the others, is a very gory film, where you're seeing, like, someone getting killed in an art gallery. It pans over to the mirror, and you can see Candyman lifting him up. And then when it pans over to him, much like, because he's in a mirror, that's where he comes out into the world. He's levitating, but bleeding, and it's just like the filmmaking and the point of view of through the doorway into the mirror, and the way it's hard to describe unless you see the movie, but it's just like kind of like the way it's framed, and things like these motifs with when they show establishing shots and they look like they're reversed. And you're kind of spinning around them. Things involving hallways. There's a scene where he's in a hallway, I believe it's in a university, and he's, coated in... looks like blood, I think it's paint, but he's just kind of walking. Or no, it's a hospital. He's walking, and you just see the length of the hallway and just how empty the space is, and it gives you the willies. There's another scene in a tunnel, there's another scene involving police lights that, if you have epilepsy, you might want to not see this in a theater. That's all I'll say. But the other thing, too, is that while the first film hinted at the social commentary it was going for, this film is, again, a Jordan Peele production. It goes full out, and it's really great. There's this scene with a Coleman... It's not just the slasher parts that work. It's the screenplay, and it's the acting. There's a great scene with Coleman Domingo, who was also in the terrific film Zola this year, where he's talking to him about, essentially, how... people of color are treated in society, especially in Chicago, by law enforcement. And in relation to the thing, and he's like, Candyman, he says something along the lines like, Candyman's just a name. It's an excuse because this shit won't stop. And it's a really good speech. Like, I'm not doing it justice. You gotta see this guy's acting in it. It's funny at times, just like Jordan Peele usually does in his films. There's some, humor. Not so much of it. One of my biggest problems with Us, which I genuinely loved, was it did force the humor at times more than Get Out did, where Get Out was more natural. This is more natural. But again, it's not, he didn't direct it, but he was very actively involved. Not much more to say, you guys, because I gotta finish this up. I loved Candyman. This might actually be the rare, not only sequel, but fourth installment that is the best in the series. I'm not gonna lie, this is a great film. Not just a great horror film, and also, you do not even need to see the other movies to get into this. It's enough of a standalone that it works that way. Yahya Abdul-Mateen, who plays Anthony, such a good actor, so good, really memorable bit turns and things like Aquaman, but he's also was terrific on Watchmen, and excellent in the Trial of Chicago 7. So good in this movie. You got Tiana Paris, Coleman Domingo, and other people that I feel like would be a spoiler to say from previous films. Not much more to say. Guys, I know it's been a lot of movies that have had this. This summer and this year have been great, but I'm going to pull the trigger. 5 out of 5 for Candyman. Another 5 out of 5. This has been an uncommonly long string of these movies. I can't help it. I've seen now from January to August every movie that has played in my theater, and I've seen plenty of bad movies, but I've also seen a bounty of good movies. This has been an uncommonly good year for movies. Oh, you just gotta find them. I don't buy this bullcrap that people say. And what a great way to end the summer, the summer movie season. This is the last week of August. Perfect. Okay, so yeah, 5 out of 5 stars. Story time. So let's close the book on the movie. So here's the funny thing. Trailer Trash is not going to be full this time, and I'm going to explain why. So I went to the theater. It was actually kind of a funny story. I've been kind of running around. If I look kind of red, it's because I'm hot. So I've been running around. I was in a regular showing of Candyman. That was the plan. At 7 o'clock. Central Time. Here in St. Louis metro area. Basically what happened was, we got there, it was getting to be about 6 or 7 minutes past 7. I'm like, what is going on? There's no movie. And I even made the joke like Candyman broke the movie, something like that. I'm dumb. Some people laughed. Basically what happened is that one of the nice ushers at the theater came in and said, yeah, guys, the projector in this theater is not working, but good news for you, the previews just started across the aisle in the Dolby Theater. We also have a 7 o'clock show. The previews just started. If you go right now and you run, you can make it to the screening. And we won't charge you the upcharge. This will just be, gratis because the movie didn't work. And we're like, oh, hell yeah. We're not only going to get to see Candyman, but we're going to get to see it with, great picture inside. I didn't know it was playing in Dolby tonight. So I got to see it in Dolby because of technical difficulties. That was fun. But because of that, I only got a few of the previews in. We got there before the movie started. I got to see the whole movie. I wouldn't have reviewed it. I will never review a movie unless I see it from opening logos to closing logos / credits. I will never review a movie if I don't see all of it. Promise you that. I'll just not review it. Okay, so we got to see a few. I'll say this. So here's what: half Venom Let There Be Carnage, because I got in at that preview. I don't know what was before, or if there was anything before, but that was the first one I saw. Malignant, Shang-Chi, which looks good again. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings looks good again. I'm actually seeing it next Thursday in IMAX. Let's see. Oh crap! What's the next one? Oh, Last Night in Soho. I'm still my most anticipated film of the year. Can't wait for it. And then Halloween Kills looks good. Like I said, kind of sick of the trailer. Okay. Oh, and was there shawarma? Yeah, there was. So there's a kind of a motif in this movie too, where for Flash they use shadow puppets. What's interesting is that he's a gallery worker. So when the movie ends, it kind of pans out, and you see the credits on the wall, and then all through the credits they project shadow puppets. And like the full-length version of Shadow Puppets earlier, it's totally worth watching. It's really cool design, and you won't get any new information out of it, but it's a really cool... it's still a scene. It's still shawarma, and it goes throughout the whole credits, so stick around for it. They also have a nice little disclaimer with a hotline to call in about racial injustice in the area. I thought that was really cool. Okay. We will be back tomorrow for Vacation Friends and He's All That, neither of which have reviews and could go either way. Vacation Friends at least at moments look funny. I'm not gonna lie. I have about 9 films so far on my worst of list, and I think there might be a good chance He's All That will be number 10. I hope not. I'm gonna go in with an open mind, but yeah, they didn't need to remake this. I'll watch it because of course I'm gonna watch it because I like torturing myself. And then next Thursday we're gonna be watching or checking out Shang-Chi and Legend of the Ten Rings. Also this weekend I might throw in another movie. I was thinking either Vivo finally, or maybe that Bob Ross documentary. I was going to check that out. No, we're going to see Shang-Chi, Cinderella, and the Billie Eilish Disney Plus film, but also, I got my ticket Friday. We're going to get to do a retro review relating to a re-release again, like we did with Top Gun and Scott Pilgrim. And it's a cool one, guys. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. It's its 20th birthday. It's coming back to my theater next Friday for a week. I'm going to see it. I got my ticket. I have not seen the movie in the theaters, in 20 years. I saw it when I was 8 on my 8th birthday, so this will be fun. Yeah. And that'll all be next time, and until next time, I'm Grant the Movie and TV Guy. I see it all, and I'm happy to share it with you. I love you all, appreciate you all, love you all customist, love you 1,000. If you like this, give us a like if you wanna, give it a subscribe if you wanna, give it a bell. I don't know what it does, but that's what you're supposed to do. If you want to find me elsewhere and more reviews and lists and what have you, including my growing best of and worst of lists and past year's lists, you can check me out on letterboxd.com at Grant the Movie and TV Guy. And also, but do all that, but don't say his name 5 times unless you want the Candyman to get you. Alright, yeah, and go see Candyman, it's awesome. And, no bees. Okay. I'm a dork. Take care. See you tomorrow, guys. Bye. Sleep well.